Today I'm going to share with you my trash to treasure makeover. I call it this because I found this cabinet in the trash. And you know what they say, one man's trash is another woman's treasure. Let's flip it. This cabinet was in really good condition, so all I needed to do was give it a good cleaning using my White Lightning cleaner. I removed all the shelves. I flipped it upside down, and I used these metal plates I got from Amazon, and you can find it at Home Depot. I just screwed them into the bottom, and then I got these legs that have been sitting in my garage. I think I bought them from Home Depot a while ago, and I screwed them right into the plates. I decided to use a primer on these legs. I used my Dixie Belle Boss, and the only reason I did this was because they had been sitting in my garage and I knew it would just suck the paint in because they were so dry, so I wanted to give them a barrier so I can smoothly lay on my paint. And I used Dusty Blue by Dixie Belle. I ended up removing the doors only because it would make it a lot easier for me to paint, and I decided not to paint the inside of the doors. Now I have to use a bonding primer because this is laminate and I don't want it peeling in the future. If we're going to do all this work, we don't want it to just peel off, so definitely use a bonding primer. I use Slick Stick, and I do it on the cabinets, on the front, the whole entire piece. I did 2 coats of Slick Stick and then I let it dry overnight. Now to paint the inside of the cabinet and the shelves, I use Dixie Belle's Paint in Cotton, and I have to use 3 coats of this because it is the truest white. It's almost like see-through, so I wanted really good coverage. Then I take my Dusty Blue and I paint the cabinet doors and the top and the sides on the outside. And I did a total of 2 coats with this paint. Now I seal my piece with this water-based polyurethane. And I did get those drips going down the side right after the top. Here I use my amazing casting resin and my Redesign with Prima mold to make 8 molds. I bought my mold and my resin on Amazon. I left the links in the description box down below. My mold took about 10 minutes to dry, and then I popped them right out and got ready to paint them. I'm painting them with my Dusty Blue. Now they are all dry and ready for the next step. I use this Gilding wax in silver, and I just put a little bit. You just dab some on your finger. You don't need a lot. A little goes a really long way. I just rub it across the top of my mold and it catches all the little details that are popping out. Now to glue my molds on, I'm using Titebond 2. You can use Titebond 1, you can use Quick and Thick, you can use E600, Gorilla Glue. I usually just use whatever I have on hand. It's really easy to put on. This one, it dries in about 30 minutes. I use my blue tape. I also wanted to show here, if your glue kind of splats out of the bottom, you can just use a little wet brush and it comes right off, and then use a little wet rag and clean up around it. The last part of this makeover was putting on new hardware. I had this hardware in the garage for a while with no idea what I was going to do with it, and this was just perfect. It was the perfect fit. This one gives me Cinderella makeover vibes. This piece is definitely not one I'm selling. I was either going to use it in my bathroom for maybe some towels and soaps, but ultimately I decided I was going to use it as my new paint supply cabinet, and I am in love. If you enjoy this video and would like to see more, please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next week.